I'm Shubhi Rao, and I'm based in Austin, Texas. Originally from Michigan, first generation American, and home was the Upper Peninsula of Michigan for a long time. Lived for part of my life in India. Well, at its very core, I would say what independence means to me is having that autonomy around thought and action. But it's not that simple. I think it's really linked to other humans. So really having that independence and autonomy to connect with other humans. So to me, I think independence is being able to create this incredible fabric of society that is rooted in independence, and at its very lowest common denominator as a unit, which I'm a unit of that fabric, and the fabric in totality also has its own independence. I think money is a tool that enables the progress of this independent unit. It's a tool, but I feel money on its own isn't enough. It's really power and money coming together. Independence then gives me the power to go away and act, and the power for me to enable my agenda, or the power for me to make change. And money is simply a tool or an instrument to enable the progress or the agenda or the change that we're driving towards. I am the first woman in my family, in my immediate family, to go to college. I'm the first woman to work in corporate America. I started babysitting, $1.25 an hour or something, was what I was telling my son the other day, at a very young age to where I am today was really instilled from that my mom always said hard work doesn't kill anybody, and that is so true. So, it was education, it was hard work, being sincere and honest in everything you do, right? These are the values I grew up in, and I think that's what shaped that real independent thinking. I grew up in a family where there was not. It's interesting because my parents raised us as independent folks, but the family money was the family money, in the sense that wasn't even at age 18, wasn't the sense of separation that you're on your own, go have a nice day. Maybe it's a cultural thing, I don't know, but it's a definitely cultural thing whereby this concept of it's not my money, your money, it's our money. So it's this interesting concept about that money is an enabler to, but what's really important is that family structure, that family unit, happiness, joy, that connective tissue, and I think that's exactly what is being passed on to the next generation. Well, my mom says that even as a kid, I was ferociously independent. So it's just, as a person I am. But I think maybe I would say, like most teenagers in many ways, I'm sure I declared my independence. But I would say that perhaps the strongest word or action where I have declared my independence is in building Uplevyl, because I have perhaps gone against traditional conventional thinking on women don't necessarily build big tech, and that's what I'm saying. No, women can and women will, and this is what we call it, a technology ecosystem, because as Uplevyl grows, I want, again, when I said earlier, for me, independence is not just Shubhi independent, but it is really the independence of society or a cohort. So how can women independently go away and build a different technology ecosystem than what exists today? So could there be women who build the next cloud business, or women that build the next cyber business, and women that build the next big data business, right? Is that, and to me that I think is truly us being independent of the patriarchal society that we live in.